Okay, so when I left you, I'd asked you to convert that 51 inches, the 5 yards to inches. And let's have a look. So we know what our answer is going to be. Well, you might be able to figure out quickly that your answer is going to be whatever 15 times 12 is. So you could do that very quickly. 15 times 12 being 180. So you probably know that you could get there fairly quickly. Let me show the steps to both A, do it using conversion factor, and B, using the proportional method. So we're converting 5 yards to inches. Look on your conversion sheet, you'll find that 1 yard is equal to 36 inches. You could also go to feet first and then go from feet to inches, but we've got one step here, so this is okay. So I take my 5 yards. I take my 5 yards and I want to multiply that by a conversion factor such that my yards is in opposite portions of the denominators. Okay, so I want the yards on the bottom. I look at this conversion rate, it tells me that 1 yard is 36 inches. And then I simply multiply. I create this to a fraction. Any number is a fraction just by putting it over 1. Multiply by straight across the top, straight across the bottom, I get 180. Yards times inches divided by 1 yard, and I see that these yards cancel. So I'm left with my 180 inches. Now this process of looking at these yards and inches and how they cancel, that's called looking at a conversion via unit analysis. So you'll see questions come up in the text that talk about doing some unit analysis. Okay. If I look at doing this using proportions, I take my 5 yards, make it a fraction over feet, except that I'm looking for the number of feet, so I make that my x. Make that equal to whatever my conversion factor is, making sure this time that my yards are on the same part of the fraction. Actually, I need to back up. I don't want to convert it to feet. I already did. I want to convert it to inches. So this is 36 inches. And then I cross multiply, divide. Cross the two numbers that multiply together, divide by the remaining number, which leaves me with this variable thing left over. That will leave me with 5 yards times 36 inches divided by 1 yard. That's supposed to be a D. 1 yard. My yards will cancel, and I'm left with 5 times 36 again, which is 180 inches. Okay. So 2 different ways to get to the same place. Okay. Now, example 2 here is a little trickier. I think, you know what I'll do? I think I'm gonna pause the video here. I'm gonna stop this one. You've got example 1b there. I'm gonna stop and come back with example number 2.